All right, so we will go through all the yoga poses we need to do our Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B. So we will go through each of the poses and then we will build up and do a sequence of it. So we will start with mountain pose. So we will have the feet in a straight line forward, toes together, or we can have them a little bit separate if we want to. And from here, we will open up the chest, open up the shoulders, hands to the side, and we will feel activated sensation through your whole body. Lift your kneecaps, open up the chest, and feel this straight line through your whole body up through the crown of your head, just like you're hanging a rope. Feel the feet grounding into the ground and really activated body. And from here we will go through chair pose. So we will just imagine like we have a chair behind us that we will sit down through, and we will start with just straightening our arms up to the sky, lift our eyes up to the sky as well, and the arms will be in line with our ears, just up to the sky. And at the same time we have the feet together, knees together, and sit down. And here it's very important to drag your navel in so you don't over crunch your back. So drag your navel in, lift your arms, knees together. And what's very important is to not have the weight on your toes, because then your knees will fall over your toes. So when we have the weight just on the heels, almost like we can lift the toes and play with them, then we just have the straight line from the knees to the toes. So lift the arms up in line with your ears, shoulders relaxed, eyes up, sit down, toes and knees together, drag your navel in, and weight on your heels. All right, so from there we will go to forward fold. And forward fold is fold from the hips. So we will fold into a sandwich, a double sandwich. So we fall from the hip. If we need to, we micro bend the knees here to fall with straight back. And we can start with the hands here if it's easier, but the goal is to have the hands just beside the feet or even further. So when we have fold to a sandwich, we drag the head into the knees. So more important to have the straight back and fold so your head can come closer to your knees than have the knees straight. So fall from the hip, micro bend the knees, and put the head into your knees. And from there we will go through plank pose. So when we do plank pose, it's important how we use our hands. So we will place the palms down. The pointing finger will be in a straight line forward. and the other fingers more to the side. And the palms just straight under your shoulders, straight line. Up on your toes, and you can have your heels a little bit back. Push from your hands up through your shoulders, so you feel this really strong sensation in your shoulders. So push here, heels back, and really straight body line. So don't come too far up or too far down. This straight line is what we are looking for. So you really can feel this strong core strength working. And from here we will go through the chaturanga, 4-limbed staff pose. So when we do that, we go from the plank pose. So find the plank position. And what's really important here is that we look up in front of us. And then what's really important is to come a little bit further. And what I need to say about the plank also, if it's too hard with the plank, you can always go from plank pose from your knees. Same thing, straight line, not too far up or too far down. So just the same thing, and push up through your shoulders, pointing fingers, and from there we can lift our eyes up, push forward, and come down. I will show the 4-limbed staff pose, so we come a little bit further in front, and then slowly down. So when we come down, it's important that we have the arms and elbows close to the body, and the elbows pointing back. So not here, just very close to the body. So from plank pose, a little bit forward, lift the head up, and go close down. And from here we can lift up in a cobra. What's important in cobra is that we push the feet down to the ground, activate our legs, and internal rotate the legs and lift with the back muscles, not the hands, the back muscles. If you want to do the upper facing dog instead, we come from the 4-limbed staff pose. So forward, very slow, close to the body, and then push the feet down to the ground, activate the leg. So lift the knees up, push from hands up to the shoulder, and then lift up. So in the upper facing dog, it's important that we have straight line from the hand up to the shoulder. And we will get that if we do this forward in the 4-limbed staff pose first. So from here, slowly down. Push the feet down, lift, activate your legs, and push here to have this straight line with your body. really activated legs. And from there we will go through downward facing dog. So same position with the hands still, and we will take the toes down and push back to a downward facing dog. If you need to, you can micro bend your knees here. It's more important that you have a straight back. So work from micro bend your knees up to straight legs later on. So you will push from your shoulders and push from your feet so that you work with your sacrum up to the sky. So push, push, push. And lift your kneecaps here as well. And important with the downward facing dog is that we push to the sky, but you still have the shoulders down. So you don't lift the shoulders up to the ears. So shoulders down, but push. So more strong sensation. All right. So we try that again. Push through your shoulders, push with your feet, sacrum up to the sky. So hands, shoulders distance apart, and feet with hip distance apart. And from here we can go to the three-legged dog. So hip distance apart, shoulders distance, push and push from the feet. And then we just lift one leg up to the sky. Important to not over rotate your hips. So parallel hip here and push through your shoulder. And then we can lift the feet in front of the mat. So we can put the heel down 45 degrees and we can lift up to a warrior one. Important, drishti forward, so eyes in front of you, drag your navel in, lift, so shoulders down but arms up, and also try to have your hips parallel and sink down. Fall down. So we will do first, now when we have go through all the yoga poses, we can do first the Sun Salutation A, and then we will do a Sun Salutation B in a sequence. So start in front of your mat. So we will start with the Sun Salutation A. So we breathe in, lift your arms and eyes up to the sky. So lift your arms and eyes up, a little bit of back bend, and then fall from the hip down to your feet, micro bend your knees, head to the knees, and we'll do a halfway lift. So your hands to your knees, push your shoulders back, straight line in your back, and then breathing out, push the head into the knees again, And then we step back to a plank, straight leg or knees down. So here we push from the hands to shoulders, heels back, and then we go to chaturanga, a little bit forward, eyes in front of us, we go slowly down, and push up to a cobra or upper facing dog. You're rolling back to downward facing dog. Push from your hands and from your feet. So you push the sacrum up to the sky. We lift to a three-legged dog. Hips parallel. Step in front of the mat. Or in Sun Salutation A, we will do just come forward again. And we are breathing in, halfway lift. Breathing out, come down. And breathing in, arms up. And breathing out, hands to heart center. So we will do it again. So Sun Salutation A. So breathe in, arms up. A little bit of back bend. Fall from the hip. Micro bend your knees if you need to. Head to the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back. Step back to a plank on your toes or on your knees. Whatever you feels best for your body. Push from your shoulders, come a little bit forward, eyes in front of you, slowly down. Push up to a cobra or upper facing dog. Roll back, downward facing dog, and then lift your eyes up to the front of the mat, step forward, halfway lift, straight back, breathe out, head to knees, and breathing in, arms up, arms to heart center. So now I will show the Sun Salutation B. So we will start from chair pose. So we breathe in, lift your eyes, drag your navel in, weight on your heels, and then forward fold, fall from the hip, head to the knees, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, step back to plank pose. So on your knees or on your toes, whatever feels good for you. Come a little bit forward, slowly down and up. Upper facing dog, lift your knees, activate your legs, push back to a downward facing dog, and then lift your right leg to a three-legged dog, parallel hips. Take a big step front to the mat, your heels down to a 45 degrees, and we're sweeping up to a warrior one. Parallel hips, eyes to the sky, shoulders relaxed, straight arms. Drag your navel in. Breathe out, step back, chaturanga. Upper facing dog, downward facing dog. The other side. So we'll lift the left leg, three-legged dog. Push from your shoulders, parallel hips. Step in front of your mat. Heel down to 45 degrees. Sweep up to warrior one. Drag your navel in. Strong arms, relax your shoulders. Straight arms up. Breathe out. Step back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Look in front of you, step forward, inhale, halfway lift, exhale, head to the knees, and inhale, sit down, chair pose. And breathe out, hands to the side. Alright, so this was Sun Salutation A and Sun Salutation B.